Thank you so much for joining us today. Could you please give us a brief introduction of yourself and also your background and your current role in STEM?
I'm once again glad to be on this platform. My name is Mac-Beth Tawiah, as I said earlier, and I'm a STEM advocate. Let me be specific, a female STEM advocate. So, growing up, I had this unconscious bias that women are meant to be in the administrative area. We are meant for the administrative tasks. But as I was growing up, my mom kept me in the room. Like I usually studied like I was going to write PhD exams. I had no chance to play with my friends. I was always indoors or watching movies or something. So she groomed me to be the academician type. Then along way in maybe grade two, writing about ourselves, my teacher asked me, what do I want to become? I told him I want to become a doctor. And he asked, which kind of doctor? And I was like, how many forms of doctors do we have? And then he explained to me that we have doctors in medicines, pharmacies, and then we have doctors in books. I was like, oh, wow, I had no idea. Maybe when I get to the university, I'll figure it out. So in the senior high school, I took my course in science. I pursued a science course, pure science. That's chemistry, biology, and physics. It wasn't easy because over there we are populated, and you have to reach out to your lecturers and friends for help, support, so that you can keep up with the crowd. And God being so good, I was able to pass through. And in the university, I had to decide which course to do. At that moment, I was confused whether to go into pharmacy or to go into engineering. But there was something that pricked me up. So way back in senior high school, we did this challenge, and I was fortunate to be part of the contestants. That's World Smart STEM Challenge, organized by an international body called IREX. So it was a cross exchange collaboration between schools in Ghana and then senior high schools in the US. And my school was fortunate to be part of the winners, the three qualifiers to contest for the finals at the US. And God being so good, we were able to come up with a less expensive but eco-friendly energy system. That's a power battery, earth battery. And we were awarded as the winners. That was somewhere in 2017. So I took up upon myself, wow, if energy can be this nice and then we are populated, we keep getting more and more populated in the world, then it means we need more aspects of energy. So I told myself I'll go into the energy engineering. So I took the petroleum engineering course in my school. And frankly speaking, my first day on campus, the seniors were like, what course are you here for? And I'll be like, oh, I came here for engineering, oil and gas engineering. They'll be like, this course is only meant for guys. Ladies are not welcome. Like, really? So on my first day, I was demotivated. I was like, wow, then it means I can't make it. But looking at the fact that my parents had already paid part of my fees, I can't go back. So I told myself I have to do something. So the first semester, it was actually a recap of what we've learned in the senior high school. So it was cool. The second semester, we kept going. And by the second year, that's level 200, I was seeing shady. I couldn't sit up. So I had to reach out to my lecturers and then my male colleagues. And we have this mindset that men are good in science and mathematics. Women can't be. Women, we are just meant for the reading and the visual artworks. So my colleagues saw it to be very challenging for women to approach them. Sometimes they don't want to give you the support, but I never backed down. I kept going to them um, each time, and I had the support from some who were willing to help me, and my lecturers too were willing to help me. And that was how I made it through my university. And God being so good, you can't imagine. I came out as the overall best oil and gas engineering student, the only female out of the other colleagues. And I was so excited because I look back at those who told me that I can't do it. This course is only meant for females, and I've come this far. So that's a little about me.
Wow, that's so wonderful to hear. And congratulations on coming out as the overall best.
Thank you.
So, based on what you've just said, you seems like there were a lot of stereotypes around oil and gas engineering and women entering the field of oil and gas engineering. Are there any other stereotypes you can or biases that you can share that you encountered and how you overcame those?
So, considering the aspect of learning, there were times my male colleagues had past questions. Let's say a lecturer wasn't able to finish a whole course, so we need to rely on past questions to get clues. And because they do not want you to perform better than them, they do not share the exams papers at all. You won't get access to the past questions to let's say few hours to the exams for. And you see, there is this kind of pressure that builds up on you. You don't know whether to learn or rely on what you've learned already. So that was also a challenge which we the females in the class we were facing. And secondly, too, there was this challenge of less confidence. You know, we are always told that men are the head, and we women we are the helpers, which is true. But sometimes we need to speak out for ourselves when things are not going on right. We need to speak up. So this came as a result of when I was the financial secretary for the Society of Petroleum Engineers for my school section. It wasn't easy because my president and the vice were all guys, and I was the only financial secretary. I had no assistants, and our patron was also a guy, a male, of course. So it was challenging for me to speak up and for them to take my decision. It was really tough. During the time we organized a 3-day trip outside our region to a different region, that's the Western region. We had to stay there day and night for 3 good days. I had to keep the money, make sure everyone is well fed, make sure they had all the necessities they need for the 3 good days till we come back to our school. And at that point, everyone left the work on me. Luckily, I had my supporters, some people who felt sympathy for me. And I was like, wow, this job is not easy. And they had a mindset that I'm a female, I can't do it. I need to leave it for the guys. But I was also ready to prove to them that as a female, there is nothing that has to limit you. So that was also part of my complications. And times where I needed internship was also tough. The males were selected over the females. And God being so good, I landed in a petroleum company at long last.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear. It's so nice that you were able to overcome all those challenges. And what would you say are some of the goals that you desire to achieve in the nearest future as a woman in STEM and in oil and gas engineering?
So way back in the university, I joined the WAAW Foundation. I actually wanted to do something for women. I wanted to impact more women, tell them they can make it. The STEM is not only for guys. So I joined the WAAW Foundation through applying for a scholarship. And then I got a scholarship so that I can be able to impact other fellows. And I was going from school to school, about 4 schools. I was able to talk to the ladies to make up their mind to pursue STEM courses. And that was just the beginning. So as at where I am now, I'm still striving to impact more ladies in STEM. Despite the various fields in STEM, I want more ladies to be in, whether engineering, the sciences, the technology. We all can make it. So that's one of my visions. And secondly, to I want to go into management. I realize that most females are not into the management system when it comes to STEM. We have less females there. So I'm striving to go into the leadership management of engineering. So in my upcoming courses, federal medication, I want to go into the engineering management, strive hard and then impact more.
Wow, that's nice. And when you say, so first, I wanted to ask, what does WOW mean?
Okay, so WOW Foundation is also an organization that's transforming more females into STEM. Like they're encouraging more females to pursue STEM courses in the various
Okay.
STEM areas. That's what they're mainly for.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And I didn't. When you say management in the petroleum engineering, is that what kind of roles are those? What kind of roles do they?
Okay, so if you say petroleum engineering management, that deals a bit with economics, the economical aspects. But I want to go into engineering management on its own. So you can be a manageress, you can have various roles, like at a position, the top position, a general manager, the managers. You can be the head of departments for a project, can be a project manager. Yeah, that's what I'm considering.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. That's wonderful. And can you describe a mentor or role model who has played a significant role in shaping your STEM career and how they inspired you?
Okay, so actually, I had no specific role model, but I can say I had watched and learned from others who are into various scam aspects. So we had this lady in cybersecurity. I admire her a lot. I have someone in the medical sciences. I also admire her a lot. I don't want to mention names. So I look up onto them. I listen to their experiences, and I also keep encouraging myself. But I had not had a one-on-one mentor on for my own. Yeah.
Okay. Great. And do you have any advice for females and young women that are coming up and thinking of pursuing a career in STEM?
Okay. So I would like to tell the young ones coming up that they shouldn't be limited by their mindsets, or they shouldn't be limited by the unconscious bias we have in our societies. The percentage of women in STEM shouldn't limit them. They should rather empower them to close the gap we have between the men and the women in the engineering field, in the various STEM fields. They shouldn't discourage themselves. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much for your time and thank you so much for joining us for this interview today. It's been wonderful hearing your experiences and I do wish you all the best in your future endeavors as well. Thank you so much for joining us. That would bring us to the end of the interview today.
Okay. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for hosting me as well.